Good afternoon, YouTubers. T-Square here with T-Square Talks. Hope everybody is having a great day. It's been a good week. It's almost over. It is Thursday that you guys are watching this video, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about something a little bit different, but I think it's extremely important, especially for the people out there that are on the fence of, are we going to see profits on silver? Are we going to see profits on gold? I'm going to talk a little bit different today about another thing that I like to do on the side. And it does, I believe it can't hurt me. In no way can what I'm about ready to tell you hurt my financial position. It can only help it. So we're going to get going on that. If you guys enjoyed this video, please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe if you're not subscribed, and leave me a comment. Tell me your thoughts. I don't mind. I love to hear it. Okay. So why do I have a box of nickels in front of me? What is up with that? So one of the things that I do, some of you guys that have been following the channel for a long time, some of you guys that know me personally know that I used to heavily coin hunt. I mean, we did a video with 50,000, is it 50,000? Let's see. I'm sorry, it was 30,000. Because it was 50 boxes of half, so 50 bucks. Oh, I'm sorry, 25,000, I think, because they were $500 boxes. It might have even been more. I can't remember. For those of you that have been here for a long time, you guys know some of the crazy stuff I did. That was back when I had sold the house and I wanted to do a mega $half hunt. The channel wasn't that big back then, but some of you guys have been here for a long time. And the video's still up, so it was pretty crazy. But why do I have the nickels? Why nickels? I mean, what are you really going to find in a box of nickels? So first of all, before we even get going, I always go to the bank periodically and will ask for change. Have I slowed down? I've slowed down a lot because of precious metals. It's been, for me, gold and silver has done really well. And nickels, I buy nickels and sometimes, and I will look through them, and I don't even really know why I really always look through the nickels, because I don't get rid of my nickels. And this sounds crazy to some people. You will never see me spend nickels. And that's because our founding fathers, in my personal, I mean, this is, you can look this up, but nickel, some people are going to be out there and they're going to say nickel's not a precious metal. Copper's not a precious metal. But it is two metals that our founding fathers saw the value in. And we're going to get into that in just a little bit more in a minute. But they saw the value in gold, silver, nickel, and copper. And that's why they made our coinage based off of those metals. And as time went on, obviously, we all know what happened to gold and silver. Gold ended up getting pulled, and everybody had to turn it in for paper. Then in '64, we got rid of silver and changed it out to another alloy. And then in '82, they swapped out the pennies from copper, but they've never swapped out the nickels yet. Now, there's already been a bill that had been passed about them changing all the coins and the metal that they're made out of. They couldn't specifically, in my opinion, call out the nickel, but even zinc is getting costly now. And as inflation continues, you're going to see other metals continue to climb up. Now, some people out there are going to say, there's absolutely no point in buying nickels. But some of y'all are going to remember what happened a couple years back when the nickel market went crazy. JP Morgan had sold some nickel, and when they opened the bags, it was Rivera Aug. How that can get mixed up is beyond me. However, they had a warehouse just full of nothing but Rivera Aug, and all that nickel was gone. And once it came out, we saw the nickel markets just go crazy. And what did they end up doing? They ended up basically shutting the nickel market down after the price just skyrocketed. And they ended up basically refunding all the trades, rolled the clock back, and basically reset the deck. And to me, that's absurd that they can do that, because that's when you know free market does not really exist. Now, I know some of you guys are eyeballing those 3 rolls in the back, and we're going to take a look at those here in just a minute, because you find some crazy stuff when you do coin roll hunt. And so this time of the year, I'll end up always buying coins this time of the year, because what happens is people that, maybe someone that collected coins passed away, And maybe somebody out there inherited that and they're like, why would anybody save nickels? Why would anybody save pennies? They roll it up, they take it to the bank. This right here is just an example of something cool that I have found, but this ain't all. So I'm going to get into the penny story here in just a minute of what happened with the pennies. So check these rolls out. And no, I did not put these rolls in here, because if I did, I would have had all different ones, because there was actually 4 different ones, although there's only 2 of these and 1 of these. But I plan on going back tomorrow or the next day and seeing if I can buy more. And I'm specifically going to ask her, if you have any wrappers like this, can I have them? She's pretty cool. She always tells me when stuff comes in. One of the other great things that came in was, she had told me when I had actually picked up this, she said a lady came in and turned in a ton of coins. And I didn't put a whole lot of thought into it. I just said, well, I'll take the pennies and the nickels. And the reason I took the pennies is I have a good friend of mine and subscriber to the channel that I do trade a lot of pennies with, especially when they are older pennies. But at this situation where there was so many wheat pennies, the boxes I ended up putting up, I opened up one roll because the rolls could not shut. It was so weird that it came out to the end and I couldn't shut the rolls of pennies. So I had to open one up, and I was just mind boggled that there was 31 wheat pennies in the roll and all the rest were copper. That is a total giveaway of a collection dump, or they pulled the T-square and accidentally cashed in some rolls that they weren't supposed to, which I try to forget about, but I'll never forget about that. I mixed up some rolls, kind of like I had like a roll of silver coins and... Sorry, I got distracted there for a minute. I had a bunch of rolls of coins, silver coins, and they were in paper like this. And when I was cleaning, I ended up accidentally sending them off. And it's something that I still to this day think about and will probably never forget. Someone out there that knows the story is already like shaking their head that I should have them in plastic, kind of like this. But at the time I had a ton of them and it was just a mistake. But needless to say, that just goes to show how easy it is for key coins to get back in circulation and stuff. Kind of like, I'll say these rolls. Now, someone out there might be like, they're just Westwood Journey nickels. They're not anything special. But they're worth a lot more on eBay than what do these even run a roll? I don't even remember now. $2. Then $2 a roll. They can sell them. Someone could sell them. Someone could trade them for some silver. I mean, honestly, these I'll probably end up trading for if I can get, I don't know, some silver coins, junk silver coins for them. I'd end up trading them in and getting rid of them. But a lot of people just think that nothing really is going to be found. They don't have the patience. They don't have a bank that will maybe sell them a lot of change. But there's a lot of opportunity because this time of the year, people need money. And when you need money, you're more apt to want to turn in stuff that maybe you've had. You guys remember during tax season last year, I turned in a ton of the presidential dollars, literally $3,000 worth of uncirculated rolls. But I got to the point where I said, you know what do I need them for? They're not making any money. They overproduce them, and they're not precious metals. But I believe that a day could come where the nickel market could really wreak havoc, 'cause we use a lot of nickel. I'm not going to sit on here and tote about how nickel's going to go to the moon and stuff. But here's the thing. We use a lot of nickel for batteries. And when you look at that kind of stuff, if anybody ever wants to look at the actual value, take a look at copper. Take a look at Coinflation. It's an app that you can download, and it will tell you the actual value of a 35% war nickel, a 40% silver half dollar, a 90% silver dime, quarter, or half dollar. And it will also tell you the values of nickels, the values of copper pennies. I don't go through a lot of my pennies. I just kind of hang on to them. Or I trade them off because my eyes aren't probably the best anymore to spot varieties and all that. Can I spot a wheat penny? I could spot wheat pennies and other stuff, but I'm not going to do it because, like I said, I have a friend who I trade with a lot, and he loves going through pennies, and he has more patience than me on that. So, but I want to say that way, you know, and you could go to the bank and even get rolls of quarters. This is a great time of the year to be coin roll hunting. Quarters, dimes, half dollars, whatever. And because you can find a lot of good stuff, and a lot of people don't talk about it that much. There are some channels that do nothing but that, but now with the way coin roll hunting has kind of been frowned upon by banks, it's cost them money to order the coins, then you bring them back the coins. But when you can find stuff like this is opportunity. This is just like finding some free silver. This cost me $1.50. I am definitely going to get more than $1.50 when I trade these. I'll probably take silver. I'll trade someone, hey, just, you know, work me out a deal for a silver coin, you know, and there's a lot of opportunity. And I'm hoping if I go back, I'm going to find more because of how the pennies played out. And I think there's opportunity with it. You know, just like we saw, a lot of people are like, you know, I don't understand why people save 90% silver, because it's 90%, which means it's 10% of some other stuff. I mean, who's going to really melt this stuff down? You know, you don't have to melt down the copper, the nickel, the silver. You don't have to melt any of it down. You know how much silver is in this tube. And the fact is, you could barter with it if you needed to. Somebody would take that for food. And when you get into copper, I mean, they had issues. That's why they made it illegal to melt down copper pennies and turn around and sell them for copper, because, you know, they understand that it's easy to turn copper pennies into copper bars and use copper for other stuff. And we're fixing just to see some crazy, in my opinion, inflation coming. And it's not just going to be precious metals. This belief that, oh, gold and silver is going to go to the moon. It's great. Gold and silver will skyrocket. But unfortunately, I think it's going to take a lot of the stuff with us, such as food, gas, vehicles, houses, rents, everything we buy is all going to start going up. And do I think we're going to be as bad as Venezuela? Probably not, but you never know. It could even be worse if things play the wrong way and everybody starts dumping the dollar overseas. More people are starting to realize, why do I want to hold their currency as a safe haven when I can hold silver or gold as a safe haven? And once too many people realize that, that's when things can really change. So it's just an idea for those of you guys that are a little more open to this type of stuff. There's a reason why our founding fathers had valued copper and nickel on top of gold and silver. And people have forgotten that. I tend to kind of look at the way they had done things back then to kind of predict my future, because I think it will make a big difference. With that being said, we are 13 minutes, so thank you so much for watching. My camera's about ready to shut off, and so that's it. Thank you all for watching. I will see you guys again on T-Squared Talk. If you're still here, please hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me a comment. I love to hear what you guys think, and you guys have a great day. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.